I read the news so that you don't have to. Imagine helping move billions of dollars of Russian oil, getting sanctioned for it, then the UK government quietly removes the sanction and then charges you with a crime anyway. Yeah, that just happened in Britain. As you can see, the headline says, British ship financier charged by NCA over Russian sanctions violation. Okay, come closer, let me tell you what's going on. So this story centres around the UK's main serious crime agency, the National Crime Agency, NCA, and a 75-year-old British shipping financier called John Michael Ormerod. That's what we're going to say, Ormerod. So this is the interesting part. After Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, the UK slapped sanctions on thousands of individuals and companies, basically saying you can't do business with them, you can't move money with them, and you can't help them operate. All well and good, but the enforcement, it was non-existent. So out of 1,800 sanctioned individuals, only 2 British nationals have ever been charged, and Ormerod is one of them. So according to investigators, Ormerod helped acquire at least 25 oil tankers, which were then used by the Russian oil giant Lukoil to move oil globally. We're talking about a network of ships, often called a shadow fleet, and they're used to quietly bypass sanctions. Here's how it worked. Each ship was bought through a separate shell company. Those companies were based in places like the Marshall Islands, and the money prepaid by a Dubai-based firm linked to Lukoil. So on paper, nothing illegal. But in reality, it's potentially helping Russian oil keep flowing and keep cash coming in despite the sanctions. Here's the twist, here's the irony of this, right? On the same day that he was officially sanctioned, the NCA says that Ormerod moved 200,000 euros in breach of sanctions and transferred another £100,000 suspected to be criminal proceeds. That's where the charges come from, sanctions breaches and money laundering. But then, a month ago, the UK quietly removed him from the sanctions list. So this is now where it gets messy and honestly like a little bit political, because it raises these 3 big questions. Are sanctions actually being enforced? Because if only a handful of people are prosecuted, are these rules just kind of for show? The second question is, what is this shadow fleet really doing? Because Russia has built an entire parallel system, ships, financing, logistics, to keep selling oil despite Western pressure. And people in London, Dubai and beyond may be part of that machine. And the third question, what does this mean for you? Because sanctions aren't just about oligarchs, they hit banks, insurers, shipping, even accountants. Anyone touching global money flows can get caught. And in this case, it's a warning shot, because the UK might have been slow to act, and they were very slow to act, but now it's showing that it's willing to go after its own people, even after the sanctions are gone.